Welcome back to the Average Bros podcast. It's been a minute.
Hello. It's been a hot minute.
I mean, I've had like a lot of school in the last week, so I couldn't really record. Um,
hmm
and then I guess I'll share with you guys. So like, probably the title of this will be like Robert is positive because like I did test positive for COVID. Um, and I don't know, like I started feeling symptoms. Like I have no idea where I got it because like me and my roommate, we kind of had symptoms around the same time. So I don't know. I don't think it's like one passed to another or whatever. Um, then the only other place I was really going was like the gym in Peterborough. So maybe it was from like the gym in Peterborough. And it's just a bunch of old people that go to that gym too. So who knows? Um, but yeah, I did test positive. So I was in Peterborough until Sunday. My parents picked me up because they were like, nah, you're getting tested and you're doing everything at home. Monday I got tested. Yesterday, Tuesday, I got my results. And so now I got to be in isolation for like 10 days, which I mean isn't too bad. So yeah, that's what's new with me, I guess.
hmm That's that's unfortunate that you have COVID. I'll be honest with you, but it's like you said, like it's you're fine, you're feeling fine, and you're the first person that I know that has COVID, which is
Yeah, yeah.
crazy.
Well,
Kind of crazy. That's pretty crazy.
well, like the funny thing is like I've talked to the people because I've always been just like, oh, we're isolating for like a virus or for like a flu type thing. And
hmm
when I've talked to the doctors in the health unit, they've always been they've said the same thing to me. They've been like, "You have a very very light case of COVID. Like, you were barely sick. Um, they were like, you don't even have like a mild case. Like some people say, oh, it's mild because they've had a couple of symptoms or whatever. You had like a
hmm
tickle, and that was it.
That's weird. I mean, now aren't you like like more immune to or something? I heard like
I
when you get it
want to say
once, you're
so.
like,
I want to say so.
I hope, I hope so.
I don't
I
know.
hope so.
Hey, I made it. I made it a
Uh,
year. I made it a year from the COVID thing.
Hey, you made exactly a year, yo. That's actually crazy. I remember a year ago I was sick. Remember when I was sick? We talked about this last time.
Yeah.
Like I was sick. Just came on my phone about like a couple of days ago. It was a full year since I got sick, and I thought I had COVID, but it
Yeah. Do
wasn't
you think you
COVID.
did?
Bro,
Like,
I was dying.
you think if you
I
tested, you
don't
would have?
think. No, I already did get tested then.
Oh, yeah, tested. Oh, okay, okay.
But the way you got tested back then wasn't the way you get tested now. Nobody stuck anything up my nose. Nothing. You know what I mean?
What did they do? Just take your
Nothing.
temperature?
They took my blood, they took my temperature, they took my blood, and then they put me in a room, just me. I was dude, like let me in, let me out. Like I can't do anything. And I stayed there for hours and hours. But you gotta understand, like I slept because I was just so sick, bro. I thought I was gonna die. I was like, I was like, damn, I'm gonna die on my birth month. This is when I was born. I'm gonna die. And and then like it just wasn't getting better, bro. 3 weeks later, it just wasn't
Really?
getting
Wow, you
better.
were sick for that long?
Was I was sick for about a month and a
Wow.
week. I
Wow.
was sick for a month and a week. I lost about 12 pounds. Um, and then after my cough stayed with me from March till June. Then my cough
Really?
went away. Yeah, my cough didn't go away. Isn't that fucked? That's
That's
fucked.
crazy that you had a cough for like that long.
Yeah, and like I searched, the doctor's like, yeah, it's gonna be the last thing, the last symptom that's gonna go. I'm like, how am I supposed to go in public if I'm coughing? Like I can't.
Like that was a time everybody was scared too. Like
Yeah,
you cough,
everyone was
they're
scared of
like, oh, that
coughing and everything.
they're like this guy's
Yeah.
doomed. Like he is a zombie. Like he will turn
Yeah,
into a zombie.
bro, I coughed. I was with my mom in the grocery store to help her, and I was just recovered, so it was like April, so it was still a lockdown, and like I'm not sick, like my head doesn't hurt anymore, I don't have a fever, and then I had to cough, and I'm holding it in so hard, bro. You don't understand. Like I'm holding it in, I'm like no, please, and then I
Rather
just
just fart. You
cough.
rather just let one like you rather fart and be like
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And I coughed. Oh, the eyes on me. I'm like, no. You just feel like you did something wrong, you know? You gotta watch everything. And I told my mom, like, yeah, I'm just gonna go outside because it's not good.
it's like
And
it's like when you it's like when you bring a girl back to your friends that they don't approve of and you're like, I'm not like that, I swear,
I
I'm
swear
better
I'm
than
not like
this.
that.
I'm better than this.
It is. But yeah, man, it was a terrible, 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 terrible. When I tell you that's the worst I've ever felt in my life, I'm like, after that, I didn't take health for granted. I
Nah.
started drinking water. I started taking vitamins. I started eating fish. I didn't eat seafood that much. I'm like, I can't get sick again.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like in those, I was isolated, not isolated, but I was in lockdown for 3 months. I didn't leave the house, like not even to throw the trash for 3 months.
Really.
Yeah, it was fucked, dude. It was terrible.
I mean, I think everybody was like, even if you wanted to leave, like, what were you gonna leave to?
Yeah, but people still went out, you know. Like I'm talking like, dude, like out, like
Hmm.
you see this area? This was my house. This was my place, and I just didn't get out. And like all my friends are like, "You sure if we're going out?" I'm like, "Okay." So I'm like, "Oh
So,
yeah."
but how's your, well, speaking about being in lockdown, how's your training since lockdown? I've been watching your stories. You fucking threw up 90s on shoulder press, benching like
Uh,
250.
yeah. You can see the strength is going up, it's flying up. I can't even lie. Like yesterday, I hit for example, an incline bench hundreds for 9 reps. I didn't post it just because the video was kind of choppy.
Oh,
But I posted the one where I did 90s for 12, but I could have kept going. I could have done 15, bro.
mhm,
Yesterday I just felt strong. I did
mhm.
250 for 3 sets of 2 because I'm trying to gain a little bit of strength and then stuff like that. So I changed my training
Well,
around a little bit.
I'm gonna like trip you for a minute. Like when I saw you repping 250 for 2, that second rep looked easy. Then you had a spotter. Like maybe you could have gone down for one more. Like that's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, no, I could have gone for 5, 6, 7 more, bro.
No, see, I was gonna say those 2 reps felt easy, or they looked
Yeah,
easy.
yeah, but you gotta trust the process, right?
Mm.
So I've been training to failure every time. And then I have this friend that's a power lifter. He benches 3 something, right? He benches almost 400 and something. This guy's a strong motherfucker. And I'm like, yo, I'm gonna need your help to get my bench up, right? He's like, yeah, man, of course. So he gave me this program where I was going like 3 by 5 and then repping it out till failure. And then I started with 155, and each time I bench, I added 10 pounds. So I started doing 185, 3 by 5, and go to failure. Then I went 195, 3 by 5, then to failure, 205, and then I reached 225. As soon as I reached 225, that's when like I did 3 by 5, and then I hit it for 8 reps.
Jeez.
Pretty good. And like I'm like, damn, that's not bad. So like now I can toy around with 225. The time has come. You know what I mean? The time has come where you just stack it, just go and bench it. No spot, no nothing. And you saw the 250, right?
Mhm.
That was the like I posted on my story how I fucking did it like a week ago, a month, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I was struggling. I was like, oh, this is not going up.
Even your
And then
spotter was
like
just like, come on, come on. You just need these last
yeah, it's like
benches.
come
I'm not
on.
trying to.
Exactly. And that was only 5 pounds more.
Mhm.
And then that's the most I've ever had in my hand for multiple reps. So it's a PR, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know what my PR is right now. And my goal is to hit 300. That's my goal. That's my short-term goal. Like I want that shit soon, man. But the thing is, I gotta start fasting, religion purposes, of course, right? So when I start fasting, I can't eat or drink from sunrise till sundown. So in that month, I'm not gonna be able to put on strength. You know what I
How is
mean?
it gonna work with your training, like when you're allowed to eat and not?
So
Are
the
you just gonna
first time I ever
fast?
did it, the first time I ever did it was 2019. I trained and of course I slept, woke up, went to school, but there's no school now, so I gotta work or something. Past my time, and then as soon as nighttime comes, as soon as I can eat, I eat. 30 minutes to an hour later, I go and train.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I go train. And I'll be honest with you, like I get tired faster. I weaker, way like when I say weaker, weaker, like it's terrible. Like one time I was deadlifting, I got lightheaded. I passed out, I had to sleep.
Really?
I slept. And I woke up, I was like, damn, that's bad. My nose was bleeding once. And like I was still pushing past my limits, you know
Hmm.
what I mean? Like an idiot. Like I was retarded. Like don't get me wrong. Um, but I just fucking said fuck it.
Well, I
I'm a
would have
young
done the
guy.
same thing because I
Oh,
would
you,
have
I
thought
mean,
like I would have thought fasting's not a big deal, you know. Like, okay, I have one meal in me, I can still fucking do my normal thing.
you think, but that's when you realize how important food is.
Hmm.
And my PR when I started fasting was 225, and then as soon as I fasted, I was only able to hit 185 for 3.
Oh wow, that's
Like
drastic.
that's huge. But I was new to training, right? So
Okay.
any small changes was different. Now I've been training for so long, even if I don't eat enough food, I'm still gonna be strong. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But the thing is, I'm not gonna be able to give that amount of intensity uh, for a long duration of time.
It's that
Like my body's
you're not gonna be able to gain. Like what you have is like locked, you know.
yes, yes, yes. But that's the thing. The body's weird. Everybody like genetics play a huge role, like everybody says, right? And genetically for me, like you already know, I have good genetics, and I accepted it. Like you have to accept it. I have good genetics, and whenever I was lifting, right, I was like, I put on weight, bro. Like I was fasting, and I put on 3 pounds in a month.
Really?
It was insane. Like I was like, damn, I was getting bigger. I was getting
Yeah.
not stronger though. I just wasn't getting stronger. I was getting bigger. I was getting leaner. Veins were popping. I was like, okay, okay, stop playing. But that's because I pushed the body to the limit. You know what I mean? So it was forced to grow. So any food that I took down that I digested went to muscle repair.
Mm-hmm.
During the day, I did nothing else.
Ah, okay, okay.
Yeah. So like that's why I say like food plays a huge role. But like mentally, I wanted to grow still. Mentally, I wanted to
Like
like
keep
I
gaining.
yes, yes. Like
Like
if I was like 60s, I put down to 30s and I repped it up 20s, 50s. Like I was just saying, fuck it. I didn't care what weight
ah,
was on it. This year is gonna be different though, right? It's gonna be way different. It's gonna be. I don't know how it's gonna be. I'm excited because I don't know how weak I'm gonna be,
mm-hmm.
but I mentally need to be strong. That's all that's gonna matter this time.
So like, are you gonna care if your strength like decreases a lot?
Of course, of course, of course, I'm gonna care. It's gonna be terrible. It's gonna
But
be
is it
so
gonna be
like
like, oh, I've been here before, like I know what to do, or
yes. Last time I told you like my strength has dropped so much, right?
mm-hmm.
But as soon as like I ate, 2 weeks later, I hit a PR.
Oh, okay, okay.
So your body like refeeds, regenerates, and it gets further than where you
It's
were.
just like I haven't had this in a while. Like I'm ready. Like let me fucking
It's
add
like
some
I'm
shit.
ready, or like I was under certain amount of stress with not enough recovery or not enough
Like nutrients.
uh, nutrients to repair. So they have to learn to fight without being fully repaired. So
Mm.
what does that do? That makes more damage in the muscle.
Ah, okay, okay.
and that's how I did it. So as soon as I recovered in those 2 weeks with proper food, I started eating like crazy, and just suddenly strength went up, bro. I was so gassed. Oh my god, it was such a good time. PR after PR after PR.
Yeah. Well, no,
Yeah.
like before I had like before I got tested and like got my symptoms, I started doing like a new program of like feeder sets. So I was telling you like shoulder press. I worked up to like 80, 85s, and like I normally like you would warm up your grab 60s and fucking rep them out, and then 70s rep that shit out, and then be like, okay, I feel good. Let me at the 80s. I had a game plan that I was going to 80, 85, you know? So
Mhm.
I had 60s, feeder sets of just six, like six easy reps, put it down, grab 70s, six easy reps, 75s, six easy reps, then be like, okay, this is my working set. Like this is like 80s are my working set. So I did
Well, are we talking? Are we talking straight into it, or are we talking with rest in between?
with rest in between, like little rest, like not like fucking like 2 minutes or anything, but you know, just
Mm-hmm.
like boom, boom, like probably 30 seconds, like the amount of time it takes me to re-rack it, grab the new weights, sit down, get all like like get all situated, and be like, all right, here we go, it's time to lift.
Yeah, yeah.
So then yeah, no, and that really helped compared to just grabbing a weight and like, you know, um, repping it out and being like, okay, I think I can do the next one. You know, I had a game plan of like I'm gonna work out to this weight, and so I don't know, that really helped. And I think that just kind of helps in terms of like mentally preparing yourself and being like, okay, I can do this weight, you know?
Hmm. Hmm. One thing that helped me that I used to do, I used to stretch every time before I lift heavy,
Uh,
because injuries, and and I started watching more videos and more pros. They say don't stretch, and ever since I stopped stretching before, after a workout, stretch. It's really good for you after a workout, but before a workout, don't do static stretching. Do dynamic stretching, right? Like movements.
uh,
Go through range of motion of that lift or whatever. And once I started doing that, bro, like my lifts have been so consistent compared to before. Like I can like I'm like around the same strength. Before, like some days, bro, like I would rep out say 200 on bench,
mhm.
and like I'm like, damn, why is it feeling so heavy, bro? Right? But other days it was like, oh, this is light. And it
Yeah,
was like
yeah.
significant,
No.
like days were significant. Now it's like 2 reps difference.
Mm,
And 2 reps may sound like a little, but like I
it's
bro,
it's
2 reps, that's
it's
it.
not,
Like
because
I
yeah,
don't take it.
some days like 225 feels light, and then some days 185 feels like fucking hell, and you're like, I'm not moving up from
Hmm.
this weight,
Hmm.
you know?
Hmm. Hmm. My
So
goal right now is not to put on size. Like it's not put on size just because you've seen my pictures by now. Like I put on a good amount of size, good amount of mass. Um, and since I know my diet is not good right now, and I know I'm gonna be cutting soon, like not cutting, but I'm gonna be
yeah, kind of
fasting soon. Fasting. So there's no point in me bulking right now like crazy to put on muscle, right?
hmm
Because I'm gonna be cutting short amount of time. So I thought about it for a long time. I'm like, since my I'm having a hard time eating right now, I'm not. I can't stuff myself, right? I get full so fast. I'm like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're just gonna focus on strength. Don't get me wrong. I still do hypertrophy training,
hmm
just not as much as I used to. Like I don't go to complete failure anymore all the time. But like for example, out of like 15 working sets throughout the day, I do 3 that are complete failure.
uh,
Before it was like fucking 15 working set, 15 failure. You know what I mean? It was like complete hypertrophy. And that's how I switched around. And you could see like as soon as I switched around, now my numbers are going up. Like they are going up. I'm able to on the lat pull down, for example, I was able to pull like 225 for reps, like 10, 11, 12 reps. That's pretty good.
yeah.
And I'm lighter than before, right? So like I can see the strength is going there. And like for example, I haven't squatted in a year. I squatted today
Oh,
morning
really?
for the first time in a year.
Oh,
It was
wow.
last February I squatted, okay? Um, before I got sick, and I hit 315 for 5 today. And I could have hit it another 2, 3 more, but I stopped at
Yeah. If,
5 just because I
okay.
don't want to get hurt. And like that's what I'm saying. Like when your muscle gets stronger, your ligaments get stronger, your like your whole body gets stronger. And function. It's weird how it works. And so I'm gonna use this to my advantage because I'm getting stronger right now for the next month or so before I start
Mhm.
fasting. Gain as much strength. As soon as I get strong, I'm gonna fast. Like I told you, I know my strength is gonna go down. Like I know this. Like I've been through this before.
It's
And
inedible. You're not gonna eat enough, you know? You're not gonna
yeah,
be.
it's impossible. There's like I could stay up for 8 hours eating straight, and I still won't have enough strength to be as strong later in the day, right? Because it's 16-hour window of fasting. That's a lot of fucking hours, if you ask me.
The
16.
whole day.
Um, it's a whole fucking day, and it's like I'm gonna just get strong, so I will lose strength, and in that moment I can do hypertrophy training
Mm.
because I'm not gonna be strong. And then as soon as by then, like I fasted, so now my body wants food, I'm gonna be able to eat. And then as soon as I can eat more, I will slowly eat more, slowly, and then I can go back to hypertrophy and strength training. So
Uh,
now we're putting on size and strength together.
yeah, you get a little bit of the both. Yeah, okay.
And so that's how I've been. What do you call it? That's how I've mixed everything up. Right now it's just fun for me. Go to the gym, go have fun. Don't like go hard, but
Do you have
don't
like set
like.
days? Do you have like a today's chest, today's back, or do you
Hmm.
just?
Hmm.
Oh,
Hmm.
okay, okay.
Yeah. I do. Like today was shoulders. Yesterday was chest, and then tomorrow is back.
Okay, cool, cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, that would be it's interesting because I've always been kind of like before you got into strength training, take everything to failure or lift the most you can
Mhm.
and then drop down, you know? So
Mhm.
that's it. I'm definitely gonna apply a little bit of what you've been saying into my training now and not take everything to like failure or like, you know, like leave a
Mhm.
little bit
Mhm.
in the tank for next time or whatever, you know?
You have to. You have to. That's how strength training, because you're trying to use the thing with strength training. The only reason why you don't do that because it's not just the muscle getting tired when you lift. It's your ligaments, it's your joints, right?
Mm,
And you want them to be have a little bit in the tank left to push that amount of weight. Because if you were to do, for example, 225 for 10, right, on bench, you're not going to be able to hit it again unless you're way stronger than that.
yeah, yeah.
But like if 10 is your failure, you're not going to be able to hit 10 again. What your goal is to get stronger is to be able to hit 10 again, right? So if you can't hit 10, you hit, for example, 8. You hit 8. You hit 8. You hit 8.
But is that failure? Is that a failure 8 or is that like
No, that's no failure 8. If your
oh no,
failure
that's
is 10,
yeah.
yeah, you leave like 2 in the tank. And
Okay.
like 8 is still too high for strength numbers. Like right now, I haven't gone anywhere higher than 5. And people are like, yeah, but that doesn't build muscle. Yes, that is not like that's still building a muscle, but you gotta understand there's different your goals.
Mm-hmm. I
You
mean
need to know
it
what your goals are.
It still is like you're still stimulating the muscle, you're still working
You
it.
are,
It's
but
not
if you're not a newbie, if you're not like me and you, like our chest won't grow as much as if we were to do hypertrophy training.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But hypertrophy training and strength training go together. Why? Because you get stronger in this compound movement, you're gonna get stronger in these lifts,
Uh
accessories. And how does the muscle grow? Is when you put more resistance on it. So that's progressive overload. You're getting stronger. So there's more stretch, more squeeze,
yeah.
more weight. And that's how you connect the ball. Well, people are retarded, not retarded, sorry. People are lazy, right? They're like,
Oh,
oh, I went heavy on the first one. I'm just gonna go easy now. I'm tired. No, 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 no. It's not how it works, man. Not how it works. Um, you go here, not easy, but you go to like you said, no failure. Next one, go to fucking failure.
yeah, yeah.
Next exercise, right? Go to failure.
What
Now
what do
you
you
now
think
you put in the work.
what do you think about like drop steady or cluster sets? So like say 225 is my max and I do it for 6, 7 like hard reps, then I drop down to like
Mhm.
185 for like double for like 15, you know.
Amazing, golden. And I used to, of course, like it's been a while since I saw you at Trent, but you saw me at Trent, like drop set, drop set, drop set,
No,
super
like
set,
that's what
super
I've
set,
always
super
like
set.
drop sets to failure, you know, like burn yourself out, you know?
Yes. Yeah, and it's a satisfaction, man. When you do that, you're satisfied with yourself. It's like you know you're putting in work, you know you're tired, you know getting it. But I suggest, for example, like not to do too much with compound lifts,
Uh
because compound lifts are made to get stronger, and like for example, bench is not the most significant or is the best exercise to grow your chest. We know this. It's established. This is science. It's not
mhm.
me. It's not bros. No, it's science. Okay. Um, that's why if you were to go to dumbbells, for example, you do 80 dumbbells and then you drop it to the 40 and then you go to failure. That's gonna stimulate your chest more than when you go on bench. Why? Because it's better muscle mind connection. It works the chest better with dumbbells.
Yeah.
You can't activate other muscles as much except
And
the front delt.
everything's kind of locked. Like with dumbbells, you have some kind of freedom and you can like squeeze and adjust your range of
Mm-hmm.
motion.
Yeah,
The
that's what you're saying.
barbell,
You can
like
isolate it more.
it gets stuck at your chest no matter what, you know? And no matter what, when you push it up, you're using a lot of front delt, a lot of triceps.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And when people, if you pay attention to people benching, as soon as they get tired, they're able to push more weight still. Why? It's like they push so much weight on bench, but then when they go to a lot on bench. They go to dumbbells. Like, where the fuck did that strength go? Where? Right? You were just so strong a
It's
second ago.
because they're
Their
using
chest
more
is weak.
muscles. They're
They're
accumulating more
using.
muscles.
Yes, they're using too much front delt. They're using too much. I don't want to say tricep. Yes, because when people get tired, sometimes they want to cheat, so they bring it down lower, so they use more triceps.
I've seen
Don't fucking.
people lift their butts a lot or lift their legs a lot when they can't get a rep up, you know?
People are very ego. The people are just like ego, man. Ego plays a huge role. Like, and you even said like you have a little bit of ego, and I have a little bit of ego, but you got to be able to control it, right? I know if I can do 225 for 5. What's the point of me adding 5 pounds and lifting my butt off?
Yeah.
Right? Like, what's the point? What's the fucking point? That's 235? Not that serious, man. You know what I mean? Let me just stick with 225. Eventually, I'll get stronger and be able to put more.
Yeah,
But people
eventually.
don't have patience. People don't have patience.
Or
It's a marathon, not a sprint.
they just want to throw the most they can throw on the bar that day and call it a day or whatever,
Exactly.
you know?
Exactly. If don't get me wrong, if you're trying to get stronger, go ahead, go fucking use all your muscles. I don't give a fuck. But don't come back and be like, I don't see progress,
Mhm.
right? Because everything is meant to be in a certain way. Because if you were to look at me, I would look like I bench more than 250 for reps, right? Like everyone's like, yo, I expected you to lift more. Like I expected you to lift. You know what I mean? I expected you to lift. Like shut up. And it's like I was training so much for looks, so for
Mhm.
building muscle,
Aesthetic.
that I didn't, yeah, aesthetics. And now I got the aesthetics that I'm pleased with to a certain degree that I'm like, okay, now I get stronger.
Mhm.
Yeah. And my muscles are not weak by any means. Like I know I'm not a weak guy,
Mhm.
but I'm nothing crazy. Like I'm not gonna turn eyes. I'm not, no, I'm not. You know what I mean? But I know I will eventually. One day you're gonna see on my story 350 on bench. You know what I'm saying? 350. You're gonna see it eventually. I know it's gonna happen
Yeah, yeah.
because it's a process. It's just very slow.
Mhm.
Injuries play a huge role. Nutrition, and there's life, man. There's just not just the gym.
Sometimes you can't get into the gym.
Yeah, sometimes you can't, right? School plays a role. For example, like family things happen. You have to go somewhere. You know, things happen.
You get put in isolation. I don't know, man.
Isolation, you get sick. Who knew you were gonna get COVID? Come on now.
Um,
Yeah.
no, man. Yeah. Actually, I think this brings to the other point I want to talk about is lifting like mainstream because you see like kind of everybody now they go to the gym or they put it on their stories and stuff like that. When I don't know, I thought I always heard it's like a cult like thing, but now everybody's
Mhm,
posting they go to the gym or they went to the gym today or hey I did this and stuff like that. Everybody's posting their
mhm.
workouts and stuff like that. So is it mainstream to go to the gym?
That's a really good question. Really good question.
Because I want to say like the fitness lifestyle thing, like like go to the gym and look good, feel good type thing, that might be mainstream. But the sports and ideas within the gym might not be mainstream.
Mhm. What people see the gym as is a place to go and build muscle or be healthier. If you ask anybody, right, like example, like a person that's overweight, the first thing people are gonna say is like, "Yo, go to the gym." That's the first thing they're gonna say, right? But that person doesn't need to go to the gym to lose weight. That person needs to exercise, right? And exercise comes from all different ranges. Like exercise is anything from walking is exercising. Okay, if you walk daily for an hour to 2 to 3 hours, that's exercise.
Yeah.
You're burning calories, right? But people don't see that as exercise. Why would I need to go to the gym on a treadmill to walk when, like, say, example, the weather is nice outside, right?
You can look at cute girls.
Hey, hey, you're right. Don't get me wrong, you're right. But that's what I'm saying. I rather be inside walking than outside. And
Yeah.
that sounds bad saying it, right? But at the same time, when I walk outside, like I'm walking far from home. In a treadmill, you're
Yeah,
walking in
yeah.
place.
See, you get it. I've tried going for runs and I've been like, holy shit, I'm so far from home. Like if I
Yeah,
if I if I get too
yeah.
what happens if I get too tired? I can't get back.
And then I gotta wait to go get water. No way, man. No, no, no. You know what I mean? And it's like that, and people don't see it like that.
Yeah.
But the gym is mainstream. It's And now it's gonna be more when life goes back to normal, hopefully soon. You will see how mainstream it is, and how much more people will be going to the gym.
I would argue it's mainstream to be healthy, and the gym plays a role in like being healthy and like looking good. But like powerlifting or bodybuilding or anything like that, I don't think is like ever gonna be like mainstream or considered cool. You know, like
Oh no, it's
I don't think sports like powerlifting or bodybuilding will ever be as cool as like football or basketball or anything like that.
that's never gonna happen, and that's never gonna happen. But you can't take it away. Um, it's like that's like comparing the NBA to WNBA. You know, like you can't, you really cannot compare it, right?
Yeah, yeah,
You can't. Like if I'm watching bodybuilding, they look cool for a split second, but I'm not like I'm amazed at how they look. Yeah, but I'm not gonna fucking pay thousands or like hundreds of dollars just to see a guy flex. Like keep it put or a guy lifting a 2 second lift, 3, 4, 5 second lift
yeah,
down, up. Like I'm not. Why would I waste my time doing that, right?
yeah.
Um, and you can't blame people for saying that because we got powerlifting. It's good, but it's not skill. Like it is a skill, but it's also not a skill. You know what I mean? You know where I'm getting at from? Because like for you to get better at that
It,
lift, you got to be consistent with it.
I want to say it's a skill. It's not athletic. You know, like you gotta have skill and athleticism to play football, to play basketball, to play any sport.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you
Mm-hmm.
gotta be some kind of skill, some kind of a certain amount of like you gotta be fast enough, you gotta be strong enough, you gotta have the proper endurance to last in those things, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas
Mm-hmm.
powerlifting and bodybuilding, you kind of grow into it, you know, and you develop skills, you know,
You
in
develop skills, and it's not one thing. Like it's not like you gotta like I don't know if you know what I mean right here. It's like if I lift, I could be better than that guy in the future, right? But for sports, some guys just won't be good at all. They just won't. And it's genetics, right? Like, for example, that guy just never going to be that fast or
Mhm.
he's not going to be able to run as long. But he could develop other skills to be good.
Yeah,
Powerlifting, you can't develop other skills. You can't. It's like you lift that from point A to B. How am I supposed to get better at that other than consistently doing that and
yeah.
following a program and eating right? You know what I mean? And and like powerlifting is cool. Like once before I met powerlifters, I didn't give a fuck. Like, you know, I didn't know who the fuck they are. But once you start lifting, you realize how hard it is to get good at it and
Yeah,
how long and how dedicated you have to be. Because as soon as you stop lifting, all that strength goes away. Not all of it, but a lot of it goes away.
or at
And
least
so
like,
like now when I
and like it's also really strict. Like there's a difference
it's very
between
strict.
just benching at the gym and powerlifting benching where like you bring it down and you pause and then they're just like they count and they're like, all right, up, and then you're like, oh shit, all right.
Up and then they go to lock it and then they say rack it and then you rack it. I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, let me just go down. Come on. And yeah, like it's just that's how it is. That's life. You can't do nothing about it. And if you're a power lifter, this is not to take anything away from you. Keep doing you, keep being dedicated. Because the people that do lift, that do thing, they know what you have to do to get bigger,
Even if they haven't
stronger.
competed, even if they haven't competed, like
Yeah,
in
no,
any
no.
of those sports, they go like, holy shit, like I do this for
Yeah,
fun, but that guy fucking is dedicated as fuck, you know?
exactly. And even like those football players you're talking about, those guys have to do some resistance training. And the moment they lift 2 plates off the ground, for example, for deadlifts, they're like, holy shit. And they see you have like eight wheels on each side. It's like, what the fuck is this guy on? And they appreciate it. And it's cool. It's like a sprinter, right? Would
Yeah.
you look as a sprinter? Like some people, like you look at them, you see them, you talk about them for 20 seconds, and you forget about them,
Hmm.
right? Because sprinting only happens every 4 years or whatsoever for the Olympics. And like you're not gonna take that away from them, right? But they have their moments, they have their time.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and that's where like I told everybody, I'm like, listen, if you're in the gym and you're a power lifter and you're trying to tell me that powerlifting is gonna go so shut up. Like it's not going anywhere. You're never gonna be famous because you're a power lifter unless you fucking break a world record.
Unless you like
World
Larry
record.
Wheels or anything like that.
Yeah, like Larry Wheels or Eddie Hall or uh Thor, that Thor guy.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah, if you're not those guys, don't
But
think this
that's
shit is gonna
but
get you
that's not
money or
even
whatever.
that's strong, man. Like those guys are fucking lifting
Yeah,
buildings.
but like when you they are, but when you look at, for example, people they be like, oh, this guy only weighs 150, but he's lifting that weight. People don't look at that.
Mm-hmm.
They look at this guy is strong or he's not strong.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Um, and it's like if I were to lift, for example, 305, 315, if I were to bench it, and you get a guy that's like 140 benches 315, that's more impressive than when I do it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But people are still gonna be amazed when I do it. It's just simple. They don't look at who weighs more or not,
Well, I think it's
except the
not
gym
like
bros.
they can see it. I think even if like a guy is significantly smaller than us benches the same numbers or way more, I would say that's more impressive, you know, because they'd be like,
Yeah,
"Well,
but
you should have been able to do that," you know.
yeah, but who says that? People that already go to the gym.
Mm,
But if you're looking from the outside, it's like, oh, I bench 315. I bench 315. Nobody's gonna be like, oh, this guy's yeah, but this guy's slimmer, so his is more impressive. Trust me, nobody does that. It's like, oh, you built a different. Jeez, wow, look at you. You know what I'm saying? That's how the reaction you're gonna get, and that's why I say for me personally, it's better to look better, you know, than
look
to
like
be
he goes to the
stronger.
gym, and
It's better to look like you go to the gym than fucking be strong, you know. But being strong is good for yourself. For yourself, being strong is amazing. It's you feel accomplished, man. Fuck,
yeah,
like you
gives
see
that sense
yourself
of
getting stronger.
confidence.
It does. It does.
Yeah. So like, if you're going for a heavy lift and stuff, what kind of do you need music or what kind of music do you listen to it?
Oh my turn. This one hits the spot, bro. This topic hits the spot. Music, man. Like I had beats. Like as you can tell, these are Sony, right?
Yeah, yeah.
These
Oh,
best investments I've made, man. Best in $350. I'll pay more if I have to. Yeah, that's how good they are, man. They shut down everybody around me and they play good music. And I had beats before these, and
yeah.
thank God they broke. I was sad at them when they
Oh, they
broke, but
broke. Oh,
yeah, well, they're shit, man. But these are my babies. When I had those beats, I was I don't know what I was doing. I took it off like that and it snapped.
really?
I was like in the middle of my workout, dude, and I just started working
I have
out.
them here. Like I have these ones. So you just like
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
you just
I
fucking
just went and it snapped.
jeez.
Like that's so Japanese, bro. I was so mad. And uh when they snapped, I was in the middle of my work. I left. I didn't even finish my workout.
Ah.
Yeah. So if there's no music, you won't see your boy Sharif in the gym. I'm not listening to that radio.
Does
No,
your
no, no.
I was gonna say does your gym ever like I don't know, does
Radio
anyone
stuff?
ever take aux from at your gym and
Uh,
plays explicit
Not
music?
my gym. No, my gym is
Nah.
not that type of gym. We're a very, 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 very white place. So they're very country, very up north, you know. And that's
Oh, so the kind of music that you guys play is what kind of music do
it's
you guys play then?
but just turn on the radio when
Uh,
you're up north, and you'll know what type of music it is. It's like country. It's like, but sometimes you play bangers like Rihanna, you know, like when those guys. I'm like, okay, I'll take them off. But otherwise, not nothing good. Like Pop Smoke, not once. Come on now.
really?
You need Pop Smoke in your ear. And yeah, the moment I started working out with this is where like it gives you more
Gangster?
dopamine. It's not just gains, man. It's the science behind working out with music is music alone puts dopamine in your mind, and dopamine is what makes a person happy, right? That's why people love
Yeah,
listening to
yeah.
music, even if they're doing nothing. And when you mix that dopamine with dopamine of working out, which is significant, working out gives you a lot. Just to let you know, guys, like working out is one of the biggest dopamine releaser you'll get, which is why a lot of people love it and are addicted to it.
They have that
Um,
high.
yeah, the high. It is an addiction. It is like taking cocaine. Me and Robert right here, basically addicted to cocaine, but healthy, right? Was pre-workout, you know what I'm saying? It puts us in the mood. And we're addicted to that dopamine. And when you mix both together, it works together and it releases even more. So imagine listening to your favorite song while you're lifting. Oh my lord.
Jeez, yeah, you have some whatever type of mood you feel. I have different moods though. Like leg day, I need like some rap or some rock, like some anger, and then like from like I don't know, from like a chest or an arm day, I can listen to like my Spanish like hype vibes type thing, you know.
Hmm, hmm.
Um, so yeah, I don't know. Are you ever like that? Do you ever need that extra anger or that extra just hype or whatever on certain days, or is it
You
mostly
got a
the
lot.
same?
It's phases, right? It's whatever. Like if I'm feeling strong, feeling very happy, it's all gonna be rap, pop, high beat. If I'm feeling down, more down for whatever reason, it's all gonna be more R&B or like slower tone, sad. Not sad. Sad music plays a really good like it lets you think
Mm-hmm.
about a lot of things. And the best time to work out with what I found with like those sad songs or those songs whatever are slower tempoed is nighttime. If you ever work out at nighttime and you play it, you'll see it hits.
Oh,
When you play it in the morning, it won't hit the same. It just won't. Uh, in the morning, I like to play more like Polo G. You know Polo G?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Polo G. I like Pop Smoke is an every morning, night. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it's my guy. Um, high beat for me is always high beat, high beat, high beat
Yeah.
because the gym sets the tone for me, and that's how it works for me, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say like you always need like that loud hype music, you know?
Mhm. If I can hear somebody around me, is that if I can hear myself, if I can hear anything, the music is not loud enough. I
Yeah.
even got a message from fucking my phone. Music's too loud. Might damage your ear. I'm like, shut up. I press cancel. I'm like, shut up.
Actually, yeah, that happens all the time. They're like, why? They're like, why are you
Yeah.
going this high? I'm like, why'd you make it this high?
I'm like, why did you make it this high? Like what? Yeah, it's great.
But yeah, and I don't know, it just zones you in. But sometimes I feel bad because I listen to it throughout like the gym and going from exercise to exercise. So like if someone needs to talk to me or if they need to ask me for something, I might not listen to them just because I still have it going.
Yeah,
In
but
me.
they need to know that, man. They need to know that. I'm not in the gym to talk unless you're my guy. You're my dogs. I know you.
Yeah, if I actually know
Okay.
you, I'll pause it and fucking throw it up.
Oh, after every set, I always go like this, right? Just so like I can talk to them and whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
But like you said, like if I don't know you, tap me on the shoulder if you want to say something. If you're too scared, too bad. Like that's like it's my machine. You got to build up that confidence, and with time in the gym, once you get bigger and stronger, you'll be like, "Hey, I'm strong enough to get this machine now." Hey, and then you tap me on my shoulder. I'm like, "Yeah, what's up?" Yeah.
Yeah, man. I think that was the episode. I think that was a good episode. A little bit of update of what's been going on in our lives, how our training's been.
Right now it's very school dedicated, and for the next couple weeks and even month maybe, school's gonna take a big time. It's not just for me and you, it's for everybody around us, and many people that probably watch this, like midterms and exams coming up too.
Yeah.
Ah, man.
Literally only like a month left of school, at least of this semester.
And then 4 months of chilling, bro. I really hope school's back in person, man.
I think that's what they're saying they're trying to do.
That's what they're trying to do, yeah. And I believe it could just because of the vaccines we have here. We have
Mhm.
so much, man. I don't have it. I'm not taking it. I'm not taking it. I don't know about you.
Well, no, I'm a unicorn now after this isolation.
Yeah, you're chilling, you're popping.
Well, I
It's
mean,
like, yeah, I got head. Don't touch
apparently,
me. I got COVID.
apparently, I don't know, but yeah. All right, well, thanks for
All right,
tuning in,
man.
guys, and hope you enjoyed this episode.